What happened to that?
Drop it on the one.
Why is it not staying on?
Ding ding.
Hey, everyone. I just want to thank the Cash App. I already got a Cash App. I just want to thank those who sent. I'm not going to mention names. Do a roll call. Say hi to everybody.
Wait a minute now. You want to thank everyone that sent Cash Apps, okay? I want to thank everyone who didn't send the Cash App, but decided that they would tune into the show and, support the show. And, the other night I had some technical difficulty, and I got to be honest with you. We had like 30 people, 35 people, and I got, it was like, these are like 35 diehards, you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, I got Carol, I got Bill, I got Montauk, I got West Texas Burrito, I mean, BK Shallon, I got all these people. We have all, Real Deal, there's so many people that are diehards. I just want to say thank you. Teresa Murphy, everybody that donated, Cletus, thank you, because it was a little difficult time for me, and I kind of was going to go off the rails because I'm not really I'm not an IT guy, so I'm having the difficulty, and it's like, I'm over here playing around, and then it's like, well, you know what? Let me hook directly into the router or whatever, and with but it's an Ethernet cable you need. Okay, I have an Ethernet cable. Bella Rose, how are you? The problem is my laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port. So then what do I do? I mean, so it's it's been terrible, but it's just the way it is. No one in my house has this problem, just me. So, and if I told you this laptop, nothing gets done on this laptop but YouTube. Everything else I do on my phone. So I didn't want to
I gotta look at it. Maybe there's some setting I could do or something. Red Eye Patriot, what's it?
The thing is this, the Wi-Fi, it says strong connected. I mean, it's Steve is another one, Red Eyed Patriot.
Real Deal, thank you. I saw it, thank you, Real.
Some of the people in there might not have been boxing fans, but they just come in to show support. Thank you. Angel Gotti, MRE came on, obviously. I want to thank Lee and Kane Shades. Kane Shades, he's in partnership with me on this, so he helped too. He helped navigate it and get us back on track. So I'm thankful to have him and Redzilla, Deuce 5, my man, Jerry G. The problem with Jerry G is, I got to admit, he lives in a different part of the world, so it's not easy for him. Like right now, it's like 6 a.m. where he is.
Pretty much.
So at 6 a.m, you ain't going to have Joey on no lives.
Joey, maybe, possibly, if he didn't go to bed yet. Redzilla, what's up? Make sure everybody smashes the thumbs up and everybody drops links to their channels who has wrenches. And Real Deal, let me know if you want to come up and hang out with us. You're more than welcome to. I'll drop the link for you.
And
Everybody
the other thing is,
keep real deal in.
Saturday I had a fever. Okay. I mean, obviously, what was my temperature? 99.4, which is like low grade, but I don't know. So I was feeling like sluggish. And that was another thing. I mean, it's just like even right now, I'm feeling a little better today. But it's just I've had some nagging things going on with stitches and this and that. So my psyche, I've been a little touchy. So if I've yelled at anyone or went crazy, you know, especially my friends, people that I know, you know, on the street, I apologize. So that's it.
Just
How
keep
are you
yourself
guys doing?
elevated.
Yeah.
I'm good. Today was a rough. Actually, today was a really decent morning because you know how the little one is, and she was off from school over a week, and she was up and ready to go, and we were actually there about 10 minutes early.
Yeah.
Hair done, makeup done, outfit on point. She was good to go. So
Yeah, I like school. I just didn't like school
hey,
work.
Teresa, honey.
Like
There's
I
our
always, yeah, I can't understand how kids. I guess I could understand
No,
because
it's the
you know,
waking up in the morning is the problem.
Right.
She loves going to
Right.
school. It's getting up because what happens is she gets on a schedule where she will come home from school and she'll end up, thank you, Bella Rose, so much. She'll end up taking a nap.
Thank you, beautiful Rose. Yep.
So she'll end up taking a nap and waking up at like, 7, 8 o'clock. And then she's up late doing homework and stuff like that.
Right.
So she gets herself on a bad schedule. But this morning was good. She fell asleep early because she had Saturday night she had a sleepover party at friends. So she was exhausted after a day of shopping with dad and stuff like that. That she fell asleep early. Red Eye Patriot, how are you? So that's that.
Yeah,
What did you do? He went back to sleep. Real deal. I'm going to drop the link if you want to come up and hang out with us. Everybody, keep him in your prayers because he's been having some health issues.
Yeah.
And I know him coming up and just chatting on YouTube, helps him helps get his mind off things. Let me just go grab a drink.
Yeah, I just found out one of my doctors, this Dr. Rao. I mean, if you live in New York and you have, a few doctors, you definitely have like a Dr. Rao or a Dr. Patel, they're like Indians or whatever. Good people. And I just found out he's been in the hospital for a week.
Oh, man.
Joey Melrose. See, now that's something that I never thought about. Like, what type of electronics would you say? I mean, real deal. Here he is.
There he is. Hey, you look good. Oh, where's mine? You look good today.
Thank you. Let me.
It's a beautiful hat.
I just wanted. I just wanted to show. I need one of those I push back hats.
We push back.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me.
I think you're echoing.
Yeah, because I got it on the iPad so I can read the chat.
Okay.
Who's real deal? Who's the avatar? Is that you?
That's him as a young lad.
That's me. Oh.
You know who you looked like? You look like the DEA agent Kiki Camarena. Have you ever watched Narcos on Netflix? Check out Narcos. He looks like the DEA agent, the one that they, I hate to say it, they tortured him. Yep.
Yeah.
You look, man, you were a handsome guy, man. You had like a Latin look. You're not Spanish, are you? You must have had a lot of women back in the day. Correct?
Cut off or
I cut off?
I think he's I think he's trying to fix his YouTube whatever he had playing in the background.
So you know what happened was, and that's actually true though. In 1985, that's how crazy it is in Mexico. They kidnapped Kiki Camarena, and they killed him. It was
Here he is.
Hell on Hell, and the
He's
other
back.
dude, it was a
Sorry
couple
about
of
Hey,
people
Teresa.
involved.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong friggin' button. I was trying to turn off my YouTube on my iPad so I could, turn the sound off so I could read the chat. Because when I'm on StreamYard on my phone, I can't read the chat. Excuse me. Um,
So
so,
say what you were saying, Joe. Tell him what you were just saying about his picture.
No, I said he's a very good-looking guy.
thank you, Joe. That was 40 years ago.
Holy cow! So what are you, 53 now? You look like
I'm
you're a
old.
young man.
I'm old enough to be your father, Joe.
Yeah. I'm older than you think, my friend.
Well, I'm 75.
He has the what year was that
Yeah.
picture? The 70s? You have that 70s mustache.
No, that was 1980, 81.
The 80s. That was before I was born.
Yeah, just before I was born. Yeah.
Yeah,
Guadalajara cartel.
yeah. So anyway, that was my airline ID picture
Uh-huh.
because I started working for the airline in 81. Actually, yeah, that was 81 when that picture was taken. So let me just get this off my mind before I forget to ask. Envy, did you get the whole message on that Cash App
I sure did.
about the last?
Piggy bank, by the way, please keep or today at 2:30 p.m. Please keep or today at 2:30 p.m.
Oh, it didn't all come across.
Put in your daughter's piggy bank. Put in my
Well,
daughter's
that part-
we'll go in my daughter's
Yeah.
piggy bank as well.
Well, that part came across. The other part was my last name is on there. Please keep that private.
Oh, okay. Okay,
You
that's
look
why
like
when I
Bruce
first
Lee, Mike.
You could tell Joe, but but just keep it private. You know what I
No,
mean?
I always keep people's information private. That's why when I first came in and I said thank you for the Cash App, I didn't mention your name because the please keep it private part. I thought you meant keep it private that you donated,
No,
whatever.
I don't care about that. I just because my last name is on there. I don't want people to think it's somebody else giving them Cash App. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
definitely. I
I
don't
just
ever
cut
share
my name.
anybody's information.
I just cut my
Yeah.
name on there. And Joe, I need your Cash App so I don't have to give it a super chat.
No,
and
here's the
let
thing.
YouTube
I don't.
take it.
No, I don't have a Cash App.
We're connected, so whatever goes here,
Well, I mean, for the fight night. You know what I mean?
That's,
Well, you're connected with that too, right?
yeah.
yeah, he's connected with this one, and then whatever, if it's for Joe, just put
Okay.
for Joe, and then
Well,
I'll make
then
sure it gets deposited
you-
into his account. You know what I'm saying?
You guys work it out. That's your business.
Hey, Heidi.
I'm the kind of guy that it is what I understand. You don't have. I read between the lines. So,
Yeah, and the lines
let-
are, what the lines are. The lines
yes,
are what's mine is hers, and what's
with hers, what's yours is hers.
No, the
Right.
ones that
See,
come in
there
that say for Joey, those ones get put into his account. But
yeah,
between
They
the
do.
channels, there's certain costs, like the StreamYards or the cards we buy and stuff like that. So usually our YouTube money goes right back into YouTube. But if anything that comes in that says for Joey, there's like a push that goes right into his.
and remember, let me give everyone some advice, okay? If you ever plan on going in business with a woman, okay, or a man, but mainly a woman, make sure that you have everything documented. Like, okay, if whatever we sell is going to be a 50-50 split, because these women, they think the split is like 99 1% or like 100 0%. So you really got to who's Red Eye?
Red Eye Patriot.
Oh,
How you
Red Eye,
doing?
what's up, dude?
What's up, y'all? Y'all doing all right?
Good,
Sup,
you?
What's up, Jerry? What's up, buddy? What's
Yeah,
going on in Australia?
Nah, just waking up. Still early morning, having a coffee, waking and baking.
Hey, all
Waking
right.
and
I
baking.
like to bake with you, but I'm fresh out today.
I'll have one for you.
No.
Tomorrow.
Are you crazy? That could never happen, my friend.
You gotta
No,
stock up
no.
beforehand.
I like that shirt you got on, Bike or Die.
Yeah, no, it says ride or die.
Oh, Ride or Die. All right. Well, same thing. Um,
Well,
what I was
listen,
going to
Red
tell.
Eye, if you're out,
What,
we got to get you hooked up here. I'm sure we could work something out. The wonderful people in the chat. Where are you from, Red Eye? You live up in New England?
Nah, I'm from Kentucky.
Is it pot legal there?
No,
Because
no,
here
not
it
yet.
is in New York. Yeah, it's legal in New York.
They're working on the medical stuff, and I think that they've passed some laws, but it's no smokable flower, and you have to drive across state lines to get it. They won't sell it in Kentucky. You have to go like Missouri or somewhere that sells it and have all your paperwork and stuff and your card and stuff in case you get pulled over.
Yeah. Man, I used to, when I was like, I don't know when I started, but I used to be like so into weed. And when I smoked, if you had a fucking clip in your car, like I've been arrested for a clip, like seriously. It was right around 9/11, and they were saying, the cops were like, we got to take you in to find out if you're Bin Laden or not. They took me in for I wasn't even smoking. It was on the floor of my car. Now it's all legal, and I don't smoke anymore. So I'm a fucking idiot. I should start smoking again.
Let me just read the super chat. Steve says, Joey, do the second. You read it because you know these people's names.
Joey, do the second Hearns Leonard fight, bro. Here's a coffee. Yes. So, what's up, Kane Shades? What's going to wind up happening is we're getting so many requests for these fights that one a week might not, once we get going, one a week might not, cover it because, I want to listen to everyone and all these fights are really good. You know what I mean? I know most of the fights. I mean, there's so many fights. There's fights that didn't even go the distance that I want to review. Like I would love to, do Buster Douglas Tyson fight. I was talking to MRE about it. Tyson got knocked out in like the 10th round or whatever. But I'd like to see if he was like winning up to that point. And I would love to go over if they say that it was a slow count when Tyson knocked down Buster Douglas, I think in the 8th round. They say that he was actually didn't get up by the 10 count. But it was a slow count. So yes, there's so many. Yep.
It was definitely a controversial fight with a lot of controversial decisions made.
Yep. And look what happened last night. Your boy Jake Paul lost. I didn't know that was going to happen. Yep. Tommy Fury won, so
he still made good money, though, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely make a lot of money.
Yeah, they made a lot of money. They fought in Saudi Arabia. Those dudes, forget about it.
So there's big money involved there.
Yep. Yeah, I heard those people over there, man. They got a lot of
especially in the Arab Emirates.
Yeah. I don't know if I would go over there and take money. I mean, I guess I would take money from them. I don't know. I just don't like the way they operate over there. They really hate America, so.
I don't think I could ever leave the continental United States myself.
I don't blame you, dude. Yeah. Although
I've hardly ever left Kentucky as far as that goes.
So one of my friends, Dave Fox is his name. Kid actually lives in Africa now. Could you believe that? People say, "Oh, I'm going to move to Africa." He really did move to Africa. Anyway, he went to school at University of Kentucky in Lexington.
Yeah,
I used to go to
that's about
visit him
40
down there.
miles north of me.
Yeah, so I would go visit him down there, and it was cool. Like, I'd go there for like 2 weeks, and we'd go to all these parties or whatever. Then he transferred to Bowling Green. Okay.
Yeah, it's western Kentucky over by the
I
Corbin.
went and visited him there. It's a dry county.
Yeah.
I never seen no shit like that. A dry county where there's no alcohol. I was like, what?
We just recently, like last year, they voted in here in the county I live in. They voted in legal alcohol. So
Yeah, man, that shit must have been. That was like crazy to me because it was like nothing going on. You had to go across to another county to get shit or whatever, and it was just
To drink Tommy. With Tommy,
Yeah.
do you smoke? Do you smoke?
No, I quit.
You quit? I wasn't sure, like with medical and stuff. I used to back like in my 20s. I used to smoke. 2 summers ago, I dabbled a little bit and tried it out, and I just wasn't into it. It made me feel paranoid. You know, it just wasn't my
You talking
thing.
about pot or cigarettes?
I'm talking about pot.
Oh no, I smoked it very, very, very rarely. You know, only once in a while if I was at somebody's house or a girl I used to go out with years and years ago.
Yeah,
You know,
women.
because I would get silly and goofy, so I didn't want to be around. I didn't want to be around a lot of different people, but it was very rare. No, I thought you meant smoking cigarettes. I smoked for.
You just recently quit, right? And you're
Yeah,
feeling.
it's going on 5 weeks ago. Now let me tell you what happened yesterday because I know you were concerned, and Josie was on the panel. She was concerned.
Oh yes. What happened?
So I called my primary care doctor after I got off the phone. I got off the panel with you guys, and I told him I got the oxygenator, which measures my oxygen level. I got the blood pressure machine, which I take my blood pressure 3 times a day. I got my diabetes. I check my sugar 3 times a day. I got the cardia rhythm where you wet your fingers and put it on there, and it measures it's like an EKG. And I've been doing that like twice a day for the past week because of the issues I'm having.
Okay.
And everything's normal. Sinus rhythm is normal. My oxygen level's very good compared to what it used to be when I smoked. My sugar's normal. My blood pressure is normal. So I called my doctor because I have his cell number, and I called him on a Sunday, and he knows to answer the phone because I very, very seldom call him. So he knows if I call him, it's important. So he answered the phone, and I told him everything. And now I forgot all about it. I used to have psoriasis real bad when I was younger.
Right.
And from psoriasis, you get psoriatic arthritis, which is a form of rheumatoid arthritis. It attacks all the joints of your body, all over your body. So I had an attack this summer on my left wrist and left hand. And my finger swelled up and I couldn't bend my wrist. And it was nothing, I mean, it would bother me. I couldn't open up a water bottle. But this happened on my right hand, what I was talking about yesterday, but it was more severe. So it struck me in a different way. Never thinking about the psoriatic arthritis. So he told me that I had an episode where it flares up. He said that's what it is.
Okay. Oh, so that's
good. But if you feel comfortable going to the to the emergency room, go. I said, well, I'm going to the cardiologist tomorrow, which is today, for the Doppler test for my carotid arteries.
Yeah.
Well, he said, okay, well then it's you're having it done at the cardiologist's office. I says, yeah. He says, well, he says, tell the technician that's giving you the test about this, and and you want to speak to the doctor. Okay. Son of a bitch! This morning at 8 o'clock, my appointment was at 9:45. I got up at 7:30. Took a shower, got out of the shower. I was having my coffee. Don't I get a phone call from the cardiologist that they canceled the appointment because the technician had an emergency. So I didn't go for the test. Now I have to go on the 29th at 8:15 in the morning, and I also had an appointment which was scheduled with the cardiologist for 12:45. So I'm not going to worry about it. It actually feels better today.
Good.
I can make a fist, but it's still like kind of swollen. Joe, when you get in fights and your hand gets all swollen, you can't make a fist.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm good. So I just wanted to get you up to date on that.
Yeah, we were worried yesterday that he might have had like a mini stroke or something, but I'm glad that that makes sense if you had like that arthritis problem and all that stuff. So that makes sense. And as long as your doctor said that, as long as all your levels are okay and you feel like you can be okay, good. I feel better. I was worried about you all day yesterday, so I'm glad everything's okay.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to let you know. So
Thank you.
I don't mean to cut anybody off with my
No. What you're talking about is way more important than what we're talking about.
All right,
yeah,
thanks,
absolutely.
Joe. Appreciate it.
Hey, Maddie, how are you?
Yep, Maddie boy. What up, Maddie boy? How come you never comes on, Maddie? How come you never grabbed the link?
I think Maddie's at work right now. You at work, Maddie? Red Eye Patriot, I dropped your link in chat. So Red Eye Patriot has a channel, guys. Make sure you sub to it.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Hey, I've got some ball cards that I'll give y'all if you've got a PO box or whatever. You can.
Yeah, well, she'll give you the address.
Everybody
knows your address anyway. So what difference does it make? So everybody knows my address. I don't even
put your
90s and 2000s.
I don't even care that people know my address, because you know what? Then it becomes like this whole project, like for people, then they'll start hunting you, like, oh, they'll do this and do that. I might as well just give it to them and say, look, here's where I live, and that's it. Because, eventually if they want to find you, they will find you. There's some computer fucking geek that, it's just.
We've all been doxxed already.
Impossible.
Yeah, I tell them my name and where I'm from. I'm Michael Broughton. And I'm from Berea, Kentucky.
Yeah, because I remember I used to get the yellow pages and the white pages and shit, and it'd have everybody's name and phone number in there.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, that honestly, when I met my dad in the year 2000, didn't know my old man. Okay, didn't know my paternal side of the family since I was like 2 years old. My uncle went into the phone book. My grandfather obviously lived in the same house for 112 years. They don't move, old people. And it was the same phone number, address, everything was the same. And in 2000, he just called up and, So how was he able to track them down? So, like prank calls and all that stuff and shit like that. That's like shit we used to do 20, 30 years ago. Now I guess it's a big deal. Now at least we have caller ID.
Red Eye Patriot and Real Deal. Red Eye Patriot and Real Deal. If you guys check the private chat, I just put Joe's number in there. You guys can, if you go, you guys could text him, whatever. Reach out to him if you guys, with that stuff. Red Eye Patriot and Real Deal too. Take down Joe's number if you ever need to talk.
Oh yeah. And
you can get in touch with both of us through that number. So I put it right in the private chat.
I'll put my number in there. Okay.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
surprised they don't have you taking some sort of like medicinal marijuana, real deal. They say it has benefits to it now. That's
Well, that's one thing I did. A friend of mine had some medical marijuana, and I was, he's been a childhood friend. When I go up to Buffalo, say with my family, I stay a couple nights with him. I've known him since we were kids, and I mean 10-year-olds. Our parents were friends with each other. Anyway, he had medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you, it knocked the shit out of me. We were laughing.
I would like to try one of those like gummy bears one day, like the gummy bears or something. I'd like to try
that's
that.
the thing. That's the
we
thing.
were talking
You don't
old
have to
times.
smoke it. There's all different. There's CBD oils and all this stuff. So
No, this was the real deal.
right.
It was in a capsule, where it was like
Right.
a CBD pipe or a
Yep.
vape pipe, but with the battery, and it was, oh man,
Yep.
you hit 2 hits of that and you were gone for the night.
Yep.
That's how strong it was.
Man, I smoke and play guitar. I'll get stoned and play for hours, man.
Yep. Well, that's when you create the best.
I think it is. I'll go up on panels and sing Johnny Cash songs and stuff.
Yep. Because I gotta be honest with you, man. The difference between lifting your mind or just normally most of the day I'm miserable. You know what I mean? Because it's like, look at what Real Deal's talking about. I'm closing in on that, and I'm like, shit, it ain't gonna be good in like 10 years.
Well,
So,
Joe, and I'm sure you did live the same way. I abused myself my whole life.
me too.
I cabaret, I partied, I did
I've
everything.
been addict for years myself.
And
Yeah.
I don't regret any of it. I had a great time in my life. I had some downtime, just like anybody else, but had some bad years. But in all, I can't complain. I'm paying
what
for
I
it
regret?
now.
The only thing I regret in life are things that I didn't do. And if I could do it over again, I would think to myself, like, you know what? Screw it. I'm doing it. What difference does it make at the end of the day?
I used to be an intravenous junkie.
Really? That's a tough life. That's a tough life.
It was a miserable existence, bro.
Yeah.
I've got almost 9 years clean from that, but I've been on Suboxone for 6 years.
Wow.
Congratulations on being sober.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Without my guitar and a joint, man, I'd probably go crazy just from.
Same thing with
it's
my
hard to
old
come back from, man. It sticks with you mentally for a long time.
Yeah.
And Suboxone's good too. Like I have a friend on that. Like he works, what I mean? He exercises. It's
I know lots of people on that, and they say it's like still like taking something, but it's much better. It's safer because it's under the doctor's care, and you're not running around like a junkie on the street looking for something. Angel's going live tonight. Everybody ring the bell so you guys get notified. She has a live schedule tonight. Where's King Shades? Because I wanted to show him something. But congratulations on being on your sobriety.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congrats, bro.
I take one quarter of an 8 milligram Suboxone every 4 or 5 days.
That's
so
really?
Yeah, I really want to cycle off, but man, there's just a lot of fear that comes along with it because I don't.
So you say one Suboxone lasts you about 2 weeks. How long does one Suboxone last you? About 2 weeks?
Yeah. See, 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah. About 2 weeks.
Good for you. And don't let anybody ever tell you something different for taking that. Don't let anybody ever say anything about the way you are handling your sobriety. It's your sobriety, and the way you handle it is your business. And good for you on that.
And a lot of people take it, so it's not like
Yeah, there's a lot of people do it, man.
You'd be surprised, you know.
It's helped a lot of people.
Yes, and to wake up every morning and not need something, so you don't have to take it every day. To wake up every morning and not need that probably is a very, very good feeling, because
some days I forget that I'm even on Suboxone, and then
the mind. I think especially now you're taking like small doses. I think it's just so that's good. Like
Johnny Combat Talk and News. That's new. Are you new to chat? If you are, welcome to chat. Johnny Combat Talk and News, welcome. I don't remember seeing you here, and if you have been here before, I apologize.
He's been around. Johnny
okay, my apologies then. I'm sorry.
He's been around. Yep. And
you guys care for sing a song?
Cuban, what up?
Hey, Cuban B.
Teresa Murphy.
Teresa Murphy is our there's a date we're gonna write down, and we're gonna go meet Teresa for lunch. But I want to show Kane Shane's the Trevor Lawrence cards that we got.
Oh yeah. Yep. The T. Lawrence cards, yep. Those cards.
I found a couple pictures
from the 90s, man. I'll send them to you guys. There's some from the 80s, 90s, 2000s. I used to have a bunch, but my sister stole them all and sold them when I was in jail.
Well, there you go. So.
Yeah, I had all 3 Jordan rookies. I had like over 300 Michael Jordans. I had everybody's stuff, man. I mean, cards my dad collected in the 60s and the 70s, all gone due to addiction.
Oh.
Yeah. My sister's still in active addiction.
Yeah, and it's not good to dwell on that, because you can beat yourself up, so bad.
Yeah.
If you had those cards right now, we wouldn't be talking to you right now. You'd be like wealthy. You'd have like your own TV show.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, dude. And literally, they were all 3 of the Jordan rookies were graded. One was a 7.5, one was an 8.5, and one was a 9. And dude, they would have sold for good money. Yeah, BGS 9.
Buy a freaking Porsche with that.
I'm telling you,
more than a Porsche.
It's
I'd have spent it on guitars and square bodies.
Yep, it's I thank God for that, because there was a point in time when I hurt my foot and I couldn't work, and like what do they call
I got addicted to the doctors.
The problem is I was what's the word? Not disability. I forget what it's, short-term disability type thing. It's shit. You don't get anything. Luckily, I had these cards because, like I own a house, I have bills, I have like things, when
right.
Who wants to get into credit card debt and everything? So, thankfully, I had these things, and thankfully I have them. So
that you were able to sell,
but not so much sell as much as I could leverage them against other things. You know what I mean? Like I could, get money from the cards, not by selling the cards, but it's an asset.
Borrowing against them.
That's basically what it is. So
yeah, me and Joe are working on starting a eBay where we sell cards and stuff like that. So we got to just set it up and stuff like that. We're working on it because we got some good stuff to sell. And
yeah, because the whole
Joe's my partner in crime.
I've been doing it for a while. Okay, she doesn't understand what it, like what the process is. So she thinks like, oh yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And we'll just be like, boom. It's not as simple as that,
Why are we getting into this now, though? You're going to start an argument with me. So can you just go deeper? Because what's going to happen is that he doesn't realize that I know a lot. and he's trying to
Not
come
an
in.
argument.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
when
an
it comes
argument.
to
Maybe someone on here like can sympathize with me and say, yes, Lauren.
That's
Well,
the-
you know what? Wait. Let me
Tommy,
give you since I'm the senior citizen here, this super senior citizen, golden senior citizen, whatever you want to call me. Let
You're
me put
elderly.
it to you this way:
You're
there are a lot
elderly.
of women in the chat that don't really understand anything about what Joe's talking about.
And I
So,
do.
and you may now understand, but I'm sure you didn't in the beginning. However, Joe, you should direct your uh, comments to all the ladies in the chat because I'm sure they'd like to be enlightened. How does that sound for being diplomatic?
Thank you. You're being very, and say that's the third party that I like. I don't like other third parties getting involved in our business, but this third party right here, who is knowledgeable.
More. And you know
Because
what?
I learned a long time ago, don't ever argue with a woman because you're never going to win.
Especially when it's NB is always right.
My thing is, it's selling cards is a process, yes, but there's also a process after you sell the card.
Okay, so we'll figure it out. You're not going to bring some. Don't bring this up right now because of this card business thing, Joe. Because I'm going to say some foul words, and they're not going to be nice, and they're going to say be curses. You want me to say a curse word?
What are you going to say? Chicken, rooster? Those are foul words.
Listen. Lauren.
Yes, that's my name.
Lauren.
I'm trying to lighten the mood here.
Lauren, stop the zeet, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, move on to the next one.
I can lighten the mood.
Because I ain't taking this crap no more.
Okay, well, think of a word that starts with a W.
Okay.
All right.
So anyway,
moving on.
Talking about really important stuff. You know, we got real deal.
Sean, how are you?
We're talking about things, and now we're on cards. Let's get off of it. Jerry. So
especially when there's
Now play us a song.
Jerry, what's going on in your life, Jerry?
Nothing much. Just settling into new work. Nothing special.
Okay. So what is this new work? You're a teacher, right?
Well, yeah, just English to, overseas students.
You're teaching people English? Holy shit.
I know, I can barely speak English myself.
I know, jeez.
Jerry, what country are you in? Australia?
Yeah, I'm in Australia. Like, my family came from Italy. There's a, big Italian community here. Not like...
Yeah, because I sub to your channel. I see your last name.
Oh, thanks.
And I'm saying, I don't know. There is a lot of Italian people in Australia, isn't there?
Yeah, especially Melbourne. Like, I'm in Sydney, but South Melbourne, it's like full of Italians. They were like some of the first immigrants to come here.
Yeah.
So like half of Sydney was pretty much built by Italians.
You should undertake the you should be like the Italian Crocodile Dundee. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like instead of like steak, I don't know, like macaroni like in kangaroo, you know what I mean? Weave the Italian into the Aussie and make it, you know what I mean? Make it like a mix-up type thing.
They all eat Italian food anyway. There's no Aussie food. I'm sorry to say it, it's kind of like the British. I don't want to offend anyone here, but really? Like it's like steak, boiled vegetable. Like it's not bad, just bland.
Blooming onion, stuff like that. Yeah.
Mashed potato,
right, like shrimp. The seafood must be good down there, though, right?
Yeah, but still expensive. I don't know why. We're an island. Like we're surrounded by water. I don't know why, but yeah, the seafood is good here. I must say.
Everything's expensive.
And
you want to know what's happening here in New York? So basically, due to the pandemic of the last couple of years, SNAP, which is like the welfare where they give people food stamps, to buy food. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it ran out. So now most people that get government assistance for food, their benefits are going to be cut, like upwards of $100 a month. Now think about that for 1 minute, okay? They're going to cut people's benefits now when food prices are through the effing roof.
That's crazy. Yeah, food is so expensive. Hi, Downneck. Downneck's in chat saying hi to Joey, Real Deal, and who else? Downneck.
Oh, Downneck, what's going on, bro?
Downneck's a good guy.
Yes, he is.
Is anybody in here play guitar?
Yeah, that card's in. But could you imagine, like, that, look, I don't know if I believe in the whole, food stamp thing or whatever. I mean, obviously some people need it, but how you going to cut that now? How you going to send billions of dollars to Ukraine, which is great. Exactly, B1, my whole point. And then cut that. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Look after home first before you worry about
I think Ukraine, honestly, they have Biden by the balls. There's something going on because this dude is like that's all he talks about is sending them money and everything. Like, it's almost like
Joe, you want to know something? It's the military-industrial complex, number one. This is my opinion. And you're not going to tell me that this money's not being siphoned back into so many different people's pockets. I mean, come on, it's 110 billion already. You know what you could do with 110 billion in this country?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I'm eating a bag of potato chips right now because food is so expensive.
I wish I could be eating a bag of potato chips.
And they're pickle flavor.
Up is so
dill pickle flavor chips.
America
didn't even eat anything today.
To the Ukraine.
Ooh.
And that's okay. But now China, if China gives Russia weapons, they're going to be in a big violation. A big violation of what? They're two communist countries. Yeah. They're in cahoots. So now, by helping Ukraine, we're running the risk of starting with something that, I don't know, what could happen.
Joe, that's already started, Joe. They're already allies, China and Russia.
Of course.
Now, if they start with the nukes, it's all over with.
They're not going to go to the nukes, but
they can go World War III. It doesn't have to be nukes, but a World War III would destroy hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah. Yep. The balloon. How the hell did they have a balloon fly completely across America? Like, I never heard of nothing like that in my life.
Yeah, that's insane.
I would have shot the thing down. They should have known the minute that balloon was in the sky. They should have known in China wherever it came from.
They did know. They knew when it was leaving China. They knew it.
Then they should have blew it right out of the sky over China.
Right, or at least when as soon as it left the mainland over in the ocean, or the South China Sea. But you're right. There's something going on with this whole administration in China. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's just totally ridiculous. We probably shouldn't be talking about politics because
at this point, who cares?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, at this point, who cares? Because you know what? There's so much, there's so much stuff that's on YouTube. Okay, like if they're gonna take us down, then do it. I mean, you know what? You'd be doing me a favor at the end of the day. If they shut
taking what down this channel?
Yeah,
taking down the channel.
No, taking me down.
Who do we lose? Oh, and Red Eye Patriot, you said the guitar. We're being very careful with music and stuff because we just recently got our monetization back.
He can play music. It just has to be your music.
I've seen Johnny Cash covers on channels that are monetized, and they don't get any strikes. But
no, well, we just know because we've been putting in content that's like reused. We literally just fought to get because Joey plays the fights and stuff. We just had to do this whole appeals thing to get our.
But I don't know if it's that will get striked. But
but we just recently got our monetization back for certain reasons, so we're being very careful about what we're.
Yeah, well, you should be.
Me a bit.
You know,
Just to be safe.
I know Jerry's got a show. I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Hey, Tony Silo.
Just call me Red Eye.
What is
What's
it?
up,
Red Eye?
Silo?
Yeah, Red Eye.
Do you have a channel?
Yeah.
I dropped it in chat.
You did?
I dropped it in chat. Real deal. I'll do it again. So
drop it
I'm
again.
almost up to 1,400, I think. I mean, like 1,370 something.
Yeah,
Red Eye
I'd rather just click on the link and then come back.
Yeah, I'll get you. I'll put it in right in chat.
That's Jerry's. I'm already subscribed to Jerry's.
He's
out
learning.
To Silo, what up? What up, Silo? Another good guy.
I appreciate you letting me up. It's nice to talk to all of y'all. And Joey, I'll send you my number there, and
Definitely.
we'll get a PO box or something, man. I'll send those cards there to you.
It's good to chat with you.
I don't collect anymore, and they're just some that I had left over that my sister didn't steal. So you guys enjoy them. So I'd like to send them to somebody that'll get some.
Thank you, Red Eye. I appreciate that, man. And you could call me Joe. That's my name, Joey. My friends call me Joe.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Joe.
Thank you, bro.
Hey, Red Eye.
You guys have a good day.
Hey, Red Eye, before you leave, do you ride with anybody up there? You support any clubs up there, or you just by yourself?
I ride my bike and stuff, but I know some people, but I'm not affiliated. But I have rode with Outlaws on
really?
Yeah, with a couple poker
runs. I'm a retired. I retired from the Outlaws, a medical retirement.
Respect.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Sir, wow. Silo, baby, Silo.
Yeah, that's right. Support your local Outlaws.
Yes, OFFO. I know a couple of the peacekeepers.
Yeah.
They're pretty good guys. I used to raise tobacco for the vice president.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, that's good. Well, it's nice to meet you. Right? I just subbed your channel, so.
It's nice to meet you, man. I screenshotted your number there, so
you give me a call anytime you want.
Man.
Hit me up and let me know. I won't answer. I won't answer it unless you leave your name, and then I can call you back because I don't answer numbers I don't know.
Do you do text messaging? Real deal. Do you do text messaging?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Red Eye Patriot, just text him and say it's you. You know what I mean? So he has your number.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then he can program it in. Thank you for coming on, Red Eye Patriot, and everybody. Check out his channel because he does some good guitar music and some good content. So everybody, check out Red Eye Patriot's channel. Thank you for coming on, Red Eye.
Yes, ma'am. Nice you guys have a good day.
Thank you, bro. Have a good one, man. Appreciate you.
Later.
Bye.
So
Tony Silo, you want me to drop Tony Silo? If you're interested, I'll drop the link if you want to hop up and hang out with the guys.
Yeah, if anybody wants to come on. I'll leave and
no, we
can't.
We can't have 13 million people up here. Too many is too much.
I know, because once to get me out of here, everybody will come on. So.
No, give somebody to talk to, because if it's just me and Joe up here, like we'll probably go back and forth and argue because he's gonna say the wrong thing or look at me the wrong way, and I'm gonna, how it goes.
Yankees for life, my brother. See, you know why I pulled those shenanigans, Lauren? Because Yankees for life is in the chat, and that's like my backup. He's my backup. When I saw Yankees for life glisten across the screen, I said, there's my backup. Then you notice I got tough with the talk. You know what I mean? Because if he comes, I'll drop the link for him. He'll come on and man, if you mess with Joey or Bay 8th, you're gonna have two problems. One of them is BK Shallon, and the other one is
Yankees
for life. You want that problem?
Yankees for Life joins and says, "Hold on a minute, I got a phone call," and then he like takes off.
Yeah, because
Weird
what do you
stuff.
think he does? You think he's like us? He just sits at home twiddling her thumbs. He probably works. He probably has a family. He probably has, like normal people. You know what I mean? Or he's just taking pizza orders. That's all.
Who's Johnny?
I know Johnny. I've seen him before. He's good. Johnny's the boxing guy, I think.
Yeah. What's up, Joey?
What up, dude?
Hey, Johnny, how are you, buddy?
How you doing?
And this Mike that is John. I love you. Someone's writing me.
You were on Angel's show, right? Me and you were on Angel's show with Silo. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
That's JB.
Yeah. No, Joey, I apologize. I missed the stream on Saturday when he was just doing the fights.
Yeah, well, it didn't work out, so we had technical difficulties.
Oh,
did you see? Did you see the person in the back room, Joe? There was somebody in the back room on the bottom, and they wrote they were holding up a love note for me.
Were they?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Can you come back so I can finish reading the love note you wrote me?
We'll put you on.
Their name on the bottom was Mike, but it was John. John, come back so I can finish reading that love note. I didn't get to finish reading it. Hey, Johnny, how are you?
And then if you come on and you show your junk, I'll ask you for your phone number.
No, I'm good. What's your name, hon? Just so I know.
NB.
Oh, I got food in my mouth. Tell them my name, Joe, because I'm chewing.
NB. She's part of this girl power thing on YouTube. It's like Angel, Teresa Murphy, Josie. Who else is part of this whole
Kara Mahal, Angela Right Winger.
Yeah, exactly. You mess with one of them, you mess with all of them.
My name is Lauren. Lauren's my name.
Bella Rose.
Nice to meet you.
Rose. Yeah.
They're all beautiful. They're all beautiful ladies.
We got a good group of strong women in this community.
Marla, Marla. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's
what happened to Pretty Monita?
I was just gonna say real quick, Joey. I apologize. I had something going on Saturday. Next time you do the fights, let me know. I'll be there, bro. I love side. There ain't nothing I love more than talking about.
Yeah, I know, and you're knowledgeable too. So
yeah.
Well, you know what?
Wait, let me. Hold on a second, because wait a minute. Del Strain, there was a fake Del Strain that was in the Florida Guys chat. So Del Strain was never in the Florida Guys chat. So let's not argue about that. Sean and Del Strain get along, because the Florida Guys chat, there was a fake Del Strain in there. There's a little bit of arguing in chat. I just want to clear that up. All right, you guys go ahead.
There's no way that the Del Strain that I know that's come on the show would ever be involved in any shows that are with the
with the Florida guy or the dork from York.
Yeah.
Not even. Yeah, I mean it. You know why? Because you can't. Because it's like it's just impossible. It's impossible to, try to fly in between shows and not be involved. You just get involved and.
Right. Well, anyways, what I was going to say, Johnny, is that you subscribe to this channel, right?
Yeah.
The one you're on right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that usually the fights are on Saturday night, and once you subscribe, you should get the notifications.
No.
Right.
Yeah. No. I mean, I had something personal running around to do.
Yeah. Well, if you got
let me finish, Johnny. If you don't get the notifications, you have about an hour to fix that, or Real Deal is going to come looking for you. And you know who Real Deal really is? Real Deal Holy. I mean, you don't want to mess with him. So just a little warning. Just a little warning.
I got the bell notification on. You're good, bro. You're good. Like I think.
Otherwise, I'll ring your bell.
There you go. Ding, ding. Yep.
I hit the.
Yep.
I'm only fucking with you, bro.
No, I know, brother. I know. Yeah, no, like I said, I think
we're getting a fight. Like, is that my Wi-Fi? What's going on? That makeup fight
Yeah, we're gonna
Saturday.
do it, and we're gonna do it. The problem with Saturday is this
It's all good
Saturday
down
is a UFC fight on Saturday, and
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah,
John
so maybe,
Jones.
and then Friday night, Cane Shades is going back to the bodega. So maybe
Well,
Thursday
maybe
night
we
we'll do
could-
it.
I have an in with Cane Shades, so maybe we could do it on his channel on Friday, or we work something out. I'll talk.
Hold
to
on,
him.
let me get a picture of the love letter. Hold on, don't take it down yet. I want a picture of the love letter.
What
That's so cute.
What are you watching?
Look at
I see it. Yeah, his
What-
name is Mike.
What do
You
you
want to let him on?
No, it's not Mike. His name is John.
It probably shows fucking.
Not the good John though, right?
Not yet, because when you click the three dots, it's John. So, John, thank you for drawing a picture of me. I look very thin in that picture. I appreciate it.
What is he watching the UFC fight?
What did you say? I'm sorry.
You was watching the UFC fight on Saturday, you said.
That's what I think we should do.
There's a look at the love note. You and me. Can you guys see it? It's like two stick figures. Somebody went out of their way to make a love note and show me in the back room.
See,
Right.
See,
If
I
you
would
let
do
the
that.
guy
with
on, he curse you out. So.
I would do that with you, but I got to do the boxing on my own channel, you know.
So
And
what's?
Wait, you have a channel?
Yeah, I got a
Johnny,
channel.
you have a channel?
Yeah,
What is it called?
Johnny's Combat Talking News with a K.
Oh,
Okay, we're gonna have to promote you.
Johnny then. Yeah, I know
You drop
Johnny.
the link. I'll sub to
Go,
it.
just know I got a dark sense of humor, and I'll talk.
It's
a lot of
fine.
shit.
So do I. I say curse words all the time. Just type something in chat so I can get your link and sub to you.
I'll put it in the chat. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Do you have?
Do you have a wrench?
Oh no, I don't have no wrench. I do.
All right, so type in chat and I'll hook you up with a wrench so that you can drop your link. How's that sound?
All right, thanks, son.
Ah,
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it, hon. Thank you.
Oh, I got it right there.
Oh, I was just going
This
to
is
say,
you right
he's
here?
30 years old.
No, that
He's
ain't
30
it.
years old. He,
That
you know,
ain't
he
mine.
knows what's going on with this technical shit.
Has it got a picture of a guy with a gun on it? Is there a picture of a guy with a gun?
Yeah, that's Harvey Keitel from Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah. All right, that's fine.
Johnny's Combat Talk and Talk. That's not you? Johnny's Combat
Yeah, that's
Talk,
me. Yeah,
Talk
no,
and-
that's me.
Oh,
That's me
yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
Okay, let me up.
Yeah.
Yep, you're now a moderator, so drop your link.
Okay, thanks.
And you're good to go.
Give me 1 second.
Thanks.
Thank
You're
you.
hooked up.
I think I might have dropped
And
it.
and I'm gonna sub to you too. I'm gonna make sure I sub to you right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I
You dropped
appreciate it.
Oh wow, we're gonna get good. We can get some clout off him, Joe. Look at this guy.
Yeah,
4,500, 4,000, over 4,000 subs. All right. Okay,
yeah.
let's come on. Let's get some clout off of him.
Well, it's gonna
I'm
be
joking with you, Johnny.
when I get him and that Silo on the show. We'll have such a. Me and Mr. Shades will be sitting back listening. They're very knowledgeable, those guys. So
Well,
You
and
see it now, Tommy? Tommy, it's
What?
right there. You see it now?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, well, Tony used to box like I used to box a little bit too. I ended up getting it sucked into the street shit and all that, but
yeah.
but he used to box too, so he knows. Thanks, Yankee. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, everybody please. Marla's here. Marla,
See?
you always say that you miss us. And you know what? We're not ending. You usually come in at the end.
We miss you,
I
Marla.
just got done with your last live. Hello, have you been live long? Not that long, Marla. You're here to hang out. You're with us. You made it. She always says that she always gets the notification right as we're ending. So I'm so glad you're here, Marla. Let me make sure I drop her and Angel's link so everybody can check out Black for tonight.
Put the link in the chat for Silo.
For Tony. Let me see if I can find it. I'll repost it. Hang on.
Tony the Tiger. No, our link, Lauren. He wants us to. He's going to come on. He wants to grace us with his.
He wants to come up and chat.
Knowledge.
I hope John Jones gets his ass kicked for the record, by the way. That fucking guy. Oh, I don't
Probably
think
not going to happen, though.
it's probably not going to happen. But here's the thing, though, about that one, Joey. Here's the thing about that one.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't fought in a couple of years.
That's it.
And he hasn't fought in a couple of years. He's moving up in a weight class. He's going from light heavy to heavy. And the kid he's fighting's good.
And he's very good on his feet, Cyril Gane. So he's
very,
not just a brawler. He's, he moves around and stuff. So he might not be that hard, that easy to hit. You know what I mean? So
that'll be an interesting one. And just so you know, the Russian chick on the undercard, Shevchenko, she's one of my I love her. She's one of my favorites. She's a frickin' just a
bullet. Yeah.
The bullet. She's a frick. Yeah. She'll win that. That's a layup right there, bro. That's a layup.
That's funny because we've been getting into purchasing UFC cards.
Yeah.
So
I have some.
Yeah, so I opened the pack, and the best card that I've gotten so far is a Valentina Shevchenko pink refractor numbered to 25, meaning there's only 25 of them. It's like $100 card. So I hope she wins. The more wins, the more that goes up. But yeah, she's.
Well, that's my card. That's my card for my pack, and I have $100 card, and I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just a class act outside the ring too. She's just a classy woman, and she's a gangster inside the ring too, bro. She's just all class.
Tony Ferguson. I got a good wrestling card.
Forget about it. He was good, El Kukui, but that Justin Gaethje fight.
Oh, I love Gaethje too, bro. Gaethje gets in there and lets his nuts hang all the time, bro. He's always in good. He's like the Arturo Gatti of UFC, bro. That's what Gaethje is to me.
What's her name? Valentina? Who?
Yeah, Shevchenko. Yeah. She's a Russian chick. Yeah.
I had. Is this card right here?
Yeah. Put it down. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's her.
This is a good card to have. Put it in plastic.
Yeah. I would think so. I'm not a card collector, but yeah, I would think so. It'd probably be something you want to hold on to. Yeah.
So I heard about this. You were telling me, Lauren. So the person she knew was Nigel Benn. Wow.
Was another good fighter.
Nigel Benn. Yep. He that whole McClellan thing. I was just watching something on that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's the one that put Joe.
Did Tony Seidel get the link? I dropped it.
Yeah, I see the link in there, but yeah, we'll see. And I was always a big as far as as far as the females go, I was always a big fucking Thug Rose fan. I'm a Eunice, bro. I loved Rose. Rose, because me and Rose are the same age, and she's from Milwaukee too. So it's kind of like, of course, I'm gonna root for her, bro. She's from my neck of the woods, So
from Milwaukee,
huh?
She's from Milwaukee. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, she's from. Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hey Tony, how you doing, buddy?
Here he is. Ding ding. Let's go. What's up, my friend?
Nothing much.
Tony, what's going on, brother?
Nothing. Back in Florida.
All right.
You are?
Too cold up there.
Did you get your hair cut?
No.
You're back in Florida. I just left Florida, Tony. What part of Florida are you near?
Lauderdale by the sea.
Oh, lucky you. I literally just been home a couple days, and I'm like, why? It's chilly here.
As soon as I get off papers in a couple of months here, that's where I'm heading, bro. As soon as I get next winter, I'm going down there, dude.
You're in Chicago, Johnny?
I'm in Wisconsin now, but Wisconsin's like, if you've not ever been out here, Wisconsin's like half an hour north of the city, bro. It's
a hop and a jump.
Yeah, it's like you guys going to Jersey, bro. That's what it is. Yeah.
It's too cold up there, brother.
Oh, it's bad. It's not too bad today. It's like 30, 35 or something. It's not terrible, but it's still,
You got a lot of snow this winter?
We got it a few times. I only had to do the snow blower 4 or 5 times maybe. So not too bad. There was
Johnny, when I was in the club,
Look, I have a fan, guys.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ, that's a little. Oh, that's a little.
No, it's a friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
It just being
say,
silly.
I was going to say
No, somebody's being a jerk. Somebody's being a jerk. That's all. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna cry. They hurt my feelings. Oh no! Somebody wrote some words in a chat to hurt my feelings. I got. Look at this. I got a boxer here. I got Johnny. Johnny, you're a boxer?
No, I used to.
Johnny, you're a fighter. What are you?
I used to when I was a kid.
All right, I got Real Deal up there. Real Deal's a strong man. I got Joey. I got Joey B8, 9 Toes. I got Johnny and Tony Silo. I got 5 tough guys up here, and some dude in chat is gonna come and say something nasty. You guys really need to watch your mouth because these guys are up here with me. They could probably hurt you if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Just saying, allegedly. Anyway, moving on.
He's a jerk off, and just ignore him. He's a jerk off. But I was going to say, John, when I used to visit Chicago with the club, especially the South Side and the West Side, we used to go to Milwaukee. We used to go to Wisconsin a lot, and I used to always have to borrow somebody's bike because I used to fly up there.
Oh yeah.
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 I don't know if you know what I'm talking about when I say the club.
Yeah.
Yeah. AOA.
Yeah.
So I know what you're talking about. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump. I couldn't believe it the first time I went.
Yeah, it's right next door, dude. It's right next door. It's right down the street.
Yeah, I actually, when I was in the paint business, we were dealing with this company called Rust-Oleum.
Dude,
they sell like all types of paint for like metal and stuff like that. Their headquarters is in Chicago.
Joey,
but their plant where they make the paint is in Wisconsin. So I went to both places.
It's funny you say that, Joey, because I'm in between jobs right now, and I just applied there the other day. It's funny you bring that. It's funny you said. What a coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah, they flew me up there. I met all the people up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was like 2016, probably.
Well, and they pay good, and they hire guys with records and shit like me too. So that's and I don't mind working. Like I say, I was doing the construction and shit when I was a teenager, bro. So I'm not in the best shape no more, but I'm used to the hard work.
They're a good company to work for.
Yeah.
Rust-Oleum, and they were all over. So it's not like it's going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Forma Pizza Army 3631. Pathetic. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna turn my camera off and mute for a minute. You guys take over.
Right.
Did I tell you that I
probably went to work there too?
Say it again, Joey.
I was thinking about going to work at Rust-Oleum.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Because now I could live off the fat of the land. So.
Yeah, the last joint I was working at, like it was just when I got out in July, it was. I mean, I don't care. I'm not prejudiced or nothing, but nobody in that motherfucker spoke English, bro. Like I just couldn't. It was just so hard. It was just so hard to like coordinate with each other. It was just so hard to keep coordinated, and plus they were kind of jerking me around. So I was like, all right, get the hell. I just stopped there like in January, so I've only been it's not like I'm just bumming around for 6 months either.
Right.
Yeah.
So the outfit that I worked for had 2 stores, one in Staten Island and one in Brooklyn. So the one that was in Brooklyn was in Sheepshead Bay. And all Russian-speaking customers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it was very difficult, because we had Russian-speaking people there, that worked there, but a lot of people were American, and the community. I mean, like these are Russian. They're right off the boat. Yeah. They don't know any English.
Well, that's how these guys were too, bro. That's how these guys. I mean, these guys weren't even Mexicans. Half of them, half of them were from Honduras and all that
It
other
becomes
shit.
a little difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I can catch a little bit of the Spanish because I got some Puerto Rican cousins and shit. I got my couple of aunts are Puerto Rican that my dad's brothers got married to, and so I can catch some of it. Just like the Italian, like I can't speak it. I'm half Sicilian, but I'm half Sicilian. I can catch some of it, but I can't. If they're talking real quick, I'm like, all right, bro, I can't. You gotta give me a little bit of a hand here, bro.
Yeah. Lucky I speak English.
Yeah.
I speak Italian, French, or
Yeah. So I can catch some of it. I can't catch all of it though. So but I do I give it the old college try at least. So.
Look at this. That's what I'm saying about this YouTube beef stuff. It's like the Florida guy is destroying Mac. Okay, that's great. But then Mac called the cops on pizza. Who wants to be involved with this shit? Like,
it's crazy.
I don't understand.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's childish to be honest with you.
It's
I mean,
pathetic. They're really pathetic, those guys.
Yeah.
It's, I'm not even going to say that, because you know what I find out that happens a lot of times is like it's always someone else that's on the sidelines that's egging it on.
Well, yeah.
Like one of my friends tells me, he's in the chat, BK. He said that the other night, someone told someone that I said something about this person, which I didn't say. So the person lied, and then, it creates a problem. So, that's the problem right there. Is like, if you're not talking directly to that person and there's a middleman or a third party or, there's always other people instigating the whole thing. And that's when the drama gets out of hand.
I've had so many, because I used to have an old channel too. With that one had like 11,000 or 12,000 followers, bro. I used to get into with other boxing channels all the time, bro. And I would just ignore it. I do my best to ignore it, but you're only gonna poke the bear so many times. So then I'd finally say something fucking back, and then they post it all over the place and say, "Oh, what a piece of shit this guy is." I'm like, come on, fucking, because I'm not an internet dude. I'm not, I don't know how to. I'm like, these guys can chop it up and screw it every which way.
And then it gets to a certain point where it's like, like, all right, well, now you're calling my brother and my mother and you're putting pictures of my family up.
Yeah.
What?
That's what happened to me too. With some of these kids. And I was like, well, that's cute. That's cute, and that's all well and good. It's easy to do online. And I'm like, dude, if you really have a problem, come to Illinois. I'm not gonna bring any weapons. I won't bring a bunch of people with me. It'll just be myself, bro, and maybe somebody to drive me, and then we can handle it. We don't. It's not for the internet. It's not gonna go post it on Instagram or Twitter. We'll fight it out. No internet shit, and that'll be the end of it, bro. If it's really that big of a problem, we're not gonna keep talking about it on here.
That would be a normal thing. But these are not people that adhere to the same belief system.
Exactly.
So it's just not going to happen.
Exactly.
You're right. Excuse me for a minute. I gotta go lay down because I want to make sure I'm up for Angel's show. All right, thank you. I'll talk to you all later. Okay.
Take care.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Angel.
you, man. Feel better.
All right. You're welcome. Take care. Thanks for having me.
See ya.
I'll see you on Angels. All right. Good night. Have a good nap.
All right. Good night. All right. Good night.
Right, because who's going to want to meet up with Tony Silo? to fight. So
listen, we come on here that night we were on, we had a lot of fun. The night we were on, me, you, and Kane, we had a lot of fun.
Yep.
They don't know how to have fun, and then they're all punks if it gets to the next level. Why you want to? Cop is bullshit.
Yeah. So it's there's always there's people that are coming here on their behalf. Like I got messages sent to me, like if I don't stop talking about this person, right, that more people are going to come at me. Now, if there's one thing you know about me for a year on YouTube, do you really think that that's going to scare me away from talking about someone? Is that you're going to tell me that if I don't stop bringing this person's name up, like you're better off saying nothing and I'll stop. But don't sit there and say like, yo, if you keep talking, more people are going to come at you, because what am I going to do? Now I'm like, I got to say something. So message to you people, if you want the shit to end and you want me to stop talking about cocksucker, okay? Behind the blind man, don't say nothing and we'll be good. Right? I mean, I don't want to talk about anyone really. Like I said, we had a good night the other night. Certain topics come up, things get said. Okay, well, I'm not going to sit there and these guys sit there and listen to. You think I would sit there and listen to IBS's every word and say like, oh, wait a minute. He had a 3-hour show. He called Bay 8 a low-life piece of crap. So now I'm going to do a whole show about him? I don't care. Let him say what he's got to say. People talk shit all the time.
But that's
it's like you made that one little comment about that guy asking for that other guy's number when he got, somebody showed him his lip. Exactly. It was one little sentence, and then the topic was changed and it moved on. But this guy got so offended and did a whole show on it, which means he probably did like those nuts in his face. And that's my opinion on the situation. And I don't know why the guy from Florida doesn't attack me. Ask him. But I've heard in the past that he has said some bad shit about me. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know why you guys are so concerned about who attacks Lauren and who doesn't attack Lauren.
Yeah, that, I mean, I really like.
I don't get it. I don't know, and I don't care.
Truthfully, why would I want a problem with him? I have no problem with him right now with the SoFlo.
Oh,
I don't.
Yeah, because we don't even pay attention enough to have a problem with them. Just let them fight with each other, though. Is what like they're all kind of fighting with each other. Let them just all go at each other.
That's my whole point. My whole point is, like, what? Like, I'm gonna go looking for battles with people.
No, and he was at one point he was saying things about people's family members and stuff like that. And I don't even want to bring it back up to bring old stuff up. But
knowing these people, look, who knows what they did to him. Now, two rights don't make a wrong, but at some point, you can't just sit there and constantly take it. Like Johnny was saying, like eventually it gets to a point where you keep poking the bear. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's why I can't really comment on who's right and who's wrong.
Dude,
well,
I'm sorry.
People are bringing up these old beefs. Why are you bringing up old beefs that aren't talked about anymore? It's like you're stirring the pot to keep it going. Like these are the people that like the drama. We're having a fun chat about, what are you guys even chatting about? Boxing and stuff like that? I wasn't even paying attention. But you guys are having a fun little chat. It's not even about drama. So people are coming in chat to bring up drama and old beefs and everything else. It is what it is. Move on. Let's just have fun.
The kid that
you should be all want to be on here for fun. Some people like to be on here for drama. Well, then go to those chats that do the drama.
Yeah,
I don't want.
And I'll do drama sometimes, but not today.
That was last year. You're right. I don't want to talk about him. I really don't. But don't try to like threaten me into like keeping my mouth shut. You know, I'm a logical dude, and logical say like, hey, that's a dead situation. It's over. It's in the past. Move. But don't threaten me and say, hey, if you do X, Y, Z, and you're doing it under a fake name, you know my phone number, dude. The dude that was messaging you, you know my number. So tell Joe you're gonna do what when you see Joe. Someone's coming. Tell me what you're gonna do to Joe. Or, no. Tell her. Don't tell me, because your boss has my number. Your boss, and he's put it all over YouTube. So call me.
And Joe,
don't call me from a block number, and don't say my name is Mr. Big or this. Or that.
Jack, I had a clip channel where all I did was use his own words and his wife's words and her funny faces. That was it. What do you mean attacks? That's it. It was a clip channel, and my clip channel's still up, and anything that I do, it will be under the NB name, The End. So Jackass. Can I give you a last name? Jackass. But anyway, let's stupid crap.
You know why they're not doing shit? Here's why they're not doing shit.
Play it out.
I'll be 110% honest with you why they're not doing shit. The reason why they're not doing shit is because they said they were going to do shit.
Yeah.
So now you could ask BK and the people that know me. Trust me, you ain't getting a drop on me right now. It's just not happening. So don't think that if you're going to get me, don't say a fucking word. Because now I'm on high alert. So when I go out, okay, so the pistolo is not in the fucking stash box. It's on my lap, motherfucker, okay? So because my brother got killed that way. So if you're going to come after me, let it die down and let me think it's all good. Don't threaten her and tell her when you catch me what you're going to do to me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because now you just tipped me off.
Exactly.
It's also funny that his life sucks. He's a herb, and it's miserable. Like whatever. Like who has to say? I go on vacations. My life is great. We all go on vacations. You got to brag about going on a vacation. You're a herb. Nobody's scared of you. The end. But I'll be right back.
Anything about the guy, and he's like looking to do XYZ. Okay, well, you should have never said anything now.
If you're gonna do something to somebody, bro, why would I announce it all over the internet?
You don't announce it. You move in silence.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why would I announce it? And that's
why no one's threatening me. No one's threatening me.
No
one's threatening me. No one's threatening me. It's just they're making stupid comments.
I'd have people for some of the boxing channels attack my mother. That they know my dad's got cancer. I, live with them. I'm taking care of them and shit. I say all kinds of nasty things that I'm not going to repeat. But if you're going to come to, I'll even applaud you for making the attempt to try to do something. But go ahead, all the dice.
Let me dime these people out. Let me dime these people out and show them how stupid they really are. Okay, so her name, if you go look at her Instagram is Fat Bald Sicilian. You know how many motherfuckers thought it was IBS that fucking messaged her with all their information? I know exactly who the dude is. I know where he's from. I know where he lives. They gave up all the information.
Is that
it was him?
Question? I got a question. Is that kid any good, or is he a scumbag? This is Fat Boss is saying.
Worthless.
He's worthless. Okay, I don't know because I'm new to some of these. I'm new to some of these channels, so yeah, that's why I ask.
No comment. I was friends with him. Friends with him at one point. Now I don't know what he's doing, what he does. I have no comment. Yeah. But trust me, all these people messaging her thinking it was him. It's hilarious. And she's playing along and they're going for it. Yeah, come over to my house tomorrow, dude, and knock on the door. I live right here. And it was oh, really? Okay, I'll be there, man. It was just it's just crazy. It's funny as fuck, dude. All these people, and they got tough guys, this guy, that guy kissing his ass. Oh my God. It's amazing. It really is.
I'm going to ask both of you guys a question. Where does a man even get off threatening a woman? You got to be a punk.
My whole point.
You're a punk, period.
My whole point.
I watched that show 3 or 4 times just to see what it was about because it had all kinds of... Ali actually told me to watch it one night. I watched it. All they do is sit there and start threatening women and children. That's punks. You don't do that.
But I just want to let everyone know that no one on YouTube is going to do anything. So the people that threaten you and they're going to come at you and never, don't fall for it. I fell for it. Trust me. Like I fell for it. You know, some of my close friends on here, we fell for it, you know, like thinking like it's something. No, this is some dude with like acne that's probably like 473 pounds that lives in a basement that works delivering pizza. And they're like they're the kingpin behind the computer. So don't fall for that. I don't want a problem with any of them. I don't want a problem. I'm not meeting anyone. I'm not fighting anyone. I'm not threatening people's family. I want none of that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say what I want to say about who I want to say, and that's never going to change. And if I decide I want to bring up someone, I'm going to bring up that person. But the threats and everything, no. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I got to, you know, I have a little more to lose than people understand at this point. And, yeah, it's a little different. There's a lot more at stake for me. These people, like I said, they work at Pizza Hut delivering pizza. They don't own a thing.
No, their job is YouTube. Oh.
That's
people
it.
who do have jobs.
Obviously, we've proven, SoulFlow, Johnny, Angel, that we could go on a show, MRE. I mean, it's proven that we could do a show and just talk about, we could talk about what? Anything we want to talk about, but it doesn't have to be beef. So why would I want to do the beef thing when I could talk to these guys about sports and life and whatever? So I rather focus on that if possible.
I mean, you look at this kid last night. He made, I think, what, $10 million from YouTube. He's $30 million off of YouTube, and now he's a boxer. I watched it. I actually watched the fight on the plane.
You did?
I got to watch it on the plane somehow. I don't know how I got it, but I remember what I told you the other night, Joe, about commentating a live fight.
Right.
Okay, so I have on one phone, I have the fight, and I have a commentator. I think the kid was like 16, 17 years old. How about this? He sucked. No disrespect. I'm not going to say his name. Worst guy. He didn't even know who was punching who. He had 47,000 people in his live chat. Me, you, and Shades blow this guy out. He knew nothing about boxing. No disrespect, and I'll never mention his name.
Yeah.
He was horrible. 47,000 people.
That's what's crazy about YouTube is like some of these people, they just have all these, they really don't know anything about the subjects. They just like read it off of Wikipedia.
Well, what he did, he put up a picture of, he put up the fight poster, okay? And he said live tonight, round by round commentary. So now I'm on a plane. At least I can get the internet. I didn't realize
Brown is in town.
I didn't realize I could get the fight as well. We got them on two different phones. 47,000 people in the chat. I had to look at it 3 times. I showed my girlfriend. I said, "Is this say 4,000?"
47,000 people in chat. Wow, that must be hard to keep up with the chat when there's so many people.
Oh, forget about it. So how was the fight? I didn't watch it.
Fury definitely won the fight. It was a horrible referee. He took a point away from both of them.
I saw the highlights. Yeah.
He definitely won it. And the second fight, he won't have as much nerves and his pressure on him. I think he might knock him out or just beat him up more.
Yeah. Did he do anything though, Jake Paul? Because I saw him land some punches too.
No, look at the things. He landed, I think it was an average of 4 or 6 punches around. That's it.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, being a boxer.
Yes.
What do you, considering that Jake Paul just started boxing, a couple of years ago?
Right.
Like when did he really, how do you think he is as a boxer? You know what I mean? Because he's not a good boxer. Is there any positive, like, do you see him getting better or what have you seen?
You need, Joe, you need competition to rise. He's training in Puerto Rico. I don't think you can get any better than he is right now.
Right.
I think he's reached his peak at this point because the last 2 fights, he's actually declined from his fight against Woodley to the last 2. He's declined a bit.
Yeah,
but
you could see as the level's getting up, he's getting hit a lot more.
But here's the other
Oliver.
You know, when you go into a fight and you know you got, well, you remember we were talking about guys know if they all they have to do is stand and they're going to get the decision. He's the promoter, he's the manager, he pays everything.
Hi guys.
The smartest thing that happened in that fight last night was that fight was in Saudi Arabia and they don't let people control them. They actually did the right thing. Because I can tell you something right now, if that fight was anywhere in the United States, Jake Paul would have won that fight, without a doubt.
They almost try to give it to
What's
him.
up, down there? How are you?
I'm good, Lauren. Thank you. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Dominic.
I thought for sure that he was going to get the decision. I had it scored exactly the way the other 2 judges did, 76-73.
Down neck, what up, man?
Hey, Joey. I just want to say sorry I couldn't make it Saturday. I fell asleep. I go to bed early.
You never have to apologize for anything, my friend.
Yeah, because I have to get up like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm used to going to falling asleep, even if I try staying up.
Yeah, and I really like to thank the guys that came on, Kane Shays, Lee, Silo, MRE, because you know what? We really wanted to do the boxing thing, and my Wi-Fi was all screwed up or whatever. And basically, I was ready to pull the plug. And then the guys were like, well, you know what? Why don't we stay on? And it got to a point where then Tony Silo came on in MRE and we were having like a great conversation. Unfortunately, I had to cut it short. We were on for 2.5 hours, which really isn't that short, but it really turned into a good night. And everybody in the chat was supportive. So thank you.
But I think we should do lady fights and give the women the respect if they want to come on,
I used Christy Martin is great. I mean,
there's
Clarissa Shields, all of them. Yep.
Joe, if you go back and just look at lady fights, there are a lot of good women fighters.
Oh yeah.
And I think we should respect the woman part of it and let the ladies come on and give their opinion.
Would definitely. You just let me know.
But I think we should try if NB or somebody knows how to set it up with the screen and everything. I think we should do a live bout.
What do you mean?
All right, like I said, this kid last night, he had 47,000 viewers. I went.
Okay, yeah. I understand what. Yes.
Now, when I
came home, fight on, we do it live. Okay.
Right. I came back when I got home. He only did 5 other shows. Okay. He advertised it as the fight live. There were about 3 or 4 of them on there, but I picked him by fluke. I just picked it because I said, okay, I can at least hear what's going on. The guy started with, I think the last fight he had like maybe 1,800 people. All of a sudden, he's got 47,000. I mean, even this UFC fight this Saturday, nobody's going to pay this. I think it's $79, if I'm not mistaken, is what I see. You're not going to get many people to watch it. So watch it live and,
I think there's connection issues.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I think, if somebody can set it up 100%.
I think maybe we could do that like on the NB3 in case of strikes and stuff. I should drop that link because we have the other channel, the NB3 channel.
So let's
you think like if we played it, we would get struck? Is that what you're?
No, we couldn't play it.
Not going to show the fight, but we're going to comment
on it.
The old days.
As it's going on at the time.
In the background.
Remember, back in the old days when they had fights, 1 million people would sit by their radios and just listen.
Yeah.
That is so exciting because you don't see it.
Right.
Yeah, I remember the first fight I listened to on radio because I wasn't home was Muhammad Ali and Leon Spinks. You see, everybody in the town tunnel was listening to this fight. And then the next day, I went on to a radio talk show on WFAN, and I was listening to it. It was millions listen to the radio because nobody could afford this, and it's getting that way with UFC.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this you have to be subscribed to get the fight. You have to have a ESPN subscription. If you don't, you pay even more money. So it's like I have an ESPN subscription. I pay $99 a year, and because I have an ESPN subscription, it's $80 to fight.
Right, $79.
$79.99. Who's gonna pay that?
Okay, so now you remember back in the day they had Sports Phone 976-1313. They used to advertise.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
My mother almost killed me with a pot one night. I called 30 times during Roberto Duran Sugar Ray Leonard 1 in Montreal. I was $2.80 a phone call. And I was a kid.
I know.
What are you, mine? She goes, who are you calling? What are you calling? I said, I was calling the fight. I wanted to see round by round. And then you think you missed something. A 15-round fight, I think I went 30-something phone calls.
Yeah.
But radio is so under. I read it last night. I got off the plane. I was exhausted from that flight. Let me tell you something. The radio views and the YouTube views, like this kid doing Miami Dolphin games down here, he's absolutely horrible. Okay? He's averaging anywhere between 30 and 50,000, and he just hit 55,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I was telling Lauren about it. I'm like, well, either I'm going to do YouTube and go all in, or I'm going to, because I look at the whole situation. I'm like, this guy is doing these types of numbers and we're getting 30 people. Something's got to give. So
put the poster up, Joe, and I really thought I was getting the ESPN commentators, and I ended up with this.
Yeah, and the problem is with the ESPN commentators, they're all biased anyway, so what difference does it make?
Let me tell you something. I went and watched it when I got home. I couldn't believe what Porter was saying about this Jake Paul. If you shut your eyes and just listen to the commentating, you would have thought Jake Paul knocked him down 50 times in the first 3 rounds.
There you go.
So that, but once again, they know that. I think if Lauren put the advertiser,
I know how to work all the behind the scenes stuff. I could play streams and stuff like that. I know how to work all the behind this. I could do it for you guys. Absolutely.
Of course, I went back and watched me, you, and Shades that night. We were 10 million% better than this kid. And no disrespect, he's a young kid, but guess what? He had 47,000 viewers.
That's crazy.
Because the people on YouTube, I see people. There's this one kid I seen. He's got 5 million subscribers. You know what he does? He goes to like places and gets his ears cleaned, or like he goes through New York City and gets his ears cleaned, or goes and does all this stupid shit. Goes and eats food over here. Goes to this, gets a massage on, and people are watching this guy get a massage.
No, I know, but you know what? There's so many more sport fans out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm shocked at the women that are involved watching these fights. Their UFC is 60-40, 60% men, 40% women. I don't think men are giving women enough respect that they support too.
There's a lot of chicks that watch UFC, bro. A lot of them.
But I was telling them, I don't know if you heard or not, this kid had 47,000 viewers in life. He didn't sit low every once in a while. All he did was call the fight. No knowledge of the fight. But you get the 3 of us, or 4 of us, or 5 of us. That's a home run.
Yeah, and when you get the women to come in, who do you think's going to come in?
The women, of course.
The women are going to come in, and the men are going to come in. So
100%. Now you could say.
Well, you know what? You know who uses Joe's ESPN? He does that. He has like the ESPN Plus. My daughter uses it all the time. She's always on because she has that Fire Stick and that TV with all the apps and stuff. She's always on Joe's ESPN Plus watching all the sports. She watched the soccer. She watched what else did she want from you? She asked you for something else. What was on ESPN? Something else she wanted on ESPN. The fights when they're on and Joe orders them. She watches them.
Everything on there.
They got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good documentaries. There's all the 30 for 30s are on there.
Yep.
There's a lot of good.
Now, the other thing they do, and I'm sure you watched the documentary, they tell you all the positives about the fighter or any athlete, a football player. They don't give you any of the upbringing, the negativity. If you're going to do a documentary on an athlete, you should give the full.
Thank you, Oliver.
Full details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did a good one on. They did a good one on Camacho a couple years ago on Showtime. It was like 2 hours long. That one was pretty good.
Which one was it? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
On Camacho, on Hector Camacho.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Macho, it's called.
Yeah, that was a good one. That had,
that HBO. I think that was HBO or Showtime. Yeah, it was good, that one. Yep.
Now, do you know one of the guys who was if you go back and find it or Google it. One of the guys who was a co-producer or director was just a normal guy that was off of YouTube.
Really?
Right, because where are you going to get a commentator that really knows what Hector Camacho does outside the ring?
Yep.
You're not going to get some guy who's on Showtime that really knows the truth about these guys.
Yeah.
And there was a kid who knew people he knew from here, knew from up in Harlem, and he said, I'll come in and do it with you, but I want to be co-producer or co-director, whatever it was. And it was a great documentary.
Right. Well, that's the thing. You got to have somebody that grew up with the guy or knew him on some, a little personal,
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Now, this UFC fight Saturday night, it's going to go through the roof. But people are going to this ESPN for highlights every couple of. You could actually watch the three of us with jokes in the middle and talking really about boxing and with real knowledge. I watched a kid last night. If he was 16, it was a lot.
Yep.
And 47,000 people watching him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the? Can you say the kid's name, Tony? I might know him.
I don't know who the kid's name is right now offhand. I'd have to go back and look. He's a little kid with his hair parted to the side.
What happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you, Carol. We love you, Carol. Thank you.
Yeah.
Carol is my she's the rock of Bay HNB. She's great. We love Carol.
Now, Joe, you say you don't know about John Jones Saturday night?
No, I mean,
good night,
we
Carol.
don't know what we could expect. He's been out for a couple of years, so
I don't think this guy is even ready for John Jones, and I don't follow that much. I told you guys that.
You know what? I seen Cyril Gane fight. I think he's better than most people think. I mean, he's more on his tippy toes, moving around. He's not like just a brawler that's gonna, he's got some skills.
He's very, very fluid for a 6 foot.
Right. Yeah. That's the word, fluid. Yeah.
I'm kind of John Jones, but I don't think this guy John Jones has just got a special talent.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a special guy. The only thing about that one, like I say, is that John Jones has been out a while. I thought he lost the last fight. He fought that Spanish kid Reyes. That was a couple years ago. I thought.
Dominic Reyes. That was
Mm-hmm. I thought the decision went the wrong way, and he is moving up in weight for the fight. He's going light heavy to heavy.
Okay.
So.
I watched the documentary the other night about how he went up in this weight. I think I told you, Joe, on the boxing show, he hasn't gained not even a quarter of an inch muscular-wise in his chest, his arms, anywhere. How he put on the weight this way, he hired a team of like 20 biophysicists, chemists, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But now they lived with him and watched him. He admitted for the Reyes fight, if that's the guy's name, I'm saying it correctly or incorrectly, he was getting high.
Oh, yeah.
3-4 nights a week. If he can do that high, what can he do perfectly straight this fight?
Yeah.
And he's been piss tested 4 times a week for the last 6 weeks.
Yep.
He might.
That's the whole thing. How serious is he going to take it? How are you, Lori, my love? If he takes it serious, he's the greatest ever. But, you never know what.
Well, the only thing that's going to beat him is rust if he's not ready.
The rust, right? The rust, right?
If this kid was active and fighting like he was in his prime, ain't nobody beating him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's champion and put them away.
It's going to be interesting.
Catch up on Lori Love, how are you?
I just don't see him losing because I seen him do things that everybody predicted the opposite because of his problems, and he came out there and defied everybody and just put these people away.
Yeah,
I mean,
fight
high. He might have been fighting high his whole career.
Oh, definitely. That I definitely agree. You could see it in some of his fights too. He didn't look like he was
100%.
had the best motor.
100%. Now you got in your contract. Not only do you not get paid, you got to pay what your contract is if you get caught at any time. Like I said, 6 weeks, 0, nothing but all good stuff in his blood. And this is by the Athletic Commission, not the UFC.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the Athletic Commission has taken a lot of heat for letting this guy fight when I'm sure his piss had to come up dirty. Somebody had to know.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
But, I'm looking at his record, Cyril Gain, the guy, I mean, he's got 13 fights. He lost to Ngannou. That was,
and that
was,
went the distance. And that was an iffy fight too. That was an iffy fight too there in Ngannou.
He beat Derek Lewis, Alexander Volkov, Jairzinho Rosenstruck, Dos Santos. But Dos Santos was old at that time. But I mean, he basically, his big thing is he went the distance with Ngannou, and you know how hard he hit. So he's obviously pretty nimble on his feet. So
that guy hits like a frickin' truck, bro.
Well, that's he's looking to get into one of these boxing matches now.
Yeah.
If he can hit you, he'll hurt you. But can he get acclimated to the sport of boxing? It's night and day. It's not the same.
It's not the same thing, bro. I think he could probably pull some shit like the Jake Paul kid and fight some lower level guys and maybe, but he's not going to get up in there with like one of these guys in the top 10 and that ain't going to happen.
Well, they're talking about Deontay Wilder.
I would say, here's the thing. I was never very high on Wilder. I thought he could punch.
Got a
punch.
That
was it.
All he's got is a punch.
That's all he's got is a punch. Exactly.
Lee Lee's very more into UFC than me, obviously. Lee was saying that Ngannou gets hit by Wilder, he's going to bed in 1 second.
Oh yeah. If he gets cracked, he's out. He's out.
So does he know how to use his hands enough to get to Wilder? Because Wilder's got arms like
he could reach from here to California with his arms, bro.
So, if he knows that, if he uses his boxing ability a little bit, Ngannou's never going to get to him.
That's the whole thing, because you got to look at it this way: a UFC fighter and like a heavyweight, upper level heavyweight. It's not even or an upper level boxer is not really a fair fight. Just like if it's the reverse, if they fought in the UFC, so.
Well, you guys watched the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight.
Yeah,
everybody's saying how great Conor McGregor is.
No,
Mayweather was just waiting because they charged a
carried him
for it, and as soon as he turned it on, it was lights out.
Yeah. He carried him. You could see, I mean, come on.
He carried him along.
I made a killing off of that one because I had a lot of UFC dudes telling me, "Oh no, he'll catch." And I hate Floyd. I think Floyd's the worst thing that ever happened to the sport.
I don't like Floyd either.
No,
Floyd, I think he lost maybe 4 or 5 fights also.
Oh yeah, he lost to Castillo. He lost to the Argentinian, the Maidana, who I loved. I loved Marcos Maidana. That guy had balls.
I said that the other night. I thought Maidana won the first fight.
He won the first one. Maidana was a good fighter. He had balls of steel. He was always in great fights too.
At worst with De La Hoya, I would have said that fight was a draw.
Yeah, and mind you, that was a over the hill De La Hoya too. That wasn't young De La Hoya from the '90s and the early 2000s. That was older De La Hoya too, and De La Hoya still arguably beat him.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And that was another
But
fight.
one thing I'd give him is he did beat Pacquiao.
But see, even with that one, bro, he was dodging Pacquiao for like 6 years. Then Marquez knocked him out. He did with Pacquiao what Leonard did with Hagler, bro. Let me wait 5 years till he slows down, then I'll get into it with him.
We could say he dodged them, but you know what? He made $100 million business wise. He made $100 million, but you know what? Pacquiao's demands at that time were also very high. So they were.
Here's the thing that people don't understand is Pacquiao is 2 years younger than Mayweather.
But the thing of it is,
so it wasn't like he got a Pacquiao that was, like 38 years old and Mayweather was 27.
Agreed.
You're right.
So it's kind of even in that sense.
Joey,
you know what I mean?
Joey, you're right. But in the same breath, I always say this: it's not the age, it's the mileage.
You're right.
Had a lot of mileage.
Precisely. But he still had a lot left, though. Look, Pacquiao.
He did.
He determined. That was impressive.
I threw a big. I always had the card games. I always had card games for the Pacquiao fights. Because he was always bringing it, my cousins, my uncles, and shit. We'd always play 7-card and watch and get some more d'oeuvres and watch the fight. You know how it is. Have a little get together for the fight.
Yeah.
And but Pacquiao was always fun to watch. I always bought the Pacquiao fights. I'd invite the cousins over. We'd play cards all night and watch the fight.
Pacquiao also came off a devastating knockout by Marquez. That was,
bounced back.
In my opinion, Pacquiao's one of the greatest ever of all eras, bro. Like that. I mean, especially when you go back and look at what he did when he was younger, too. When he was fighting at featherweight, he fought a bunch of madmen in their prime, bro. Barrera was a great fighter. Eric Morales was.
Morales.
Yeah, bro. I mean, to me, he was like the new era of Roberto Duran. He was like the newer era of Roberto Duran. That's what I thought of Pacquiao. I mean, they were different personality-wise, but like, jumping up in weight and fighting bigger dudes and just that's kind of how I always looked at Pacquiao. He was like my era's Roberto Duran, bro.
Do you know if he came in at featherweight or lightweight?
Who, Pacquiao?
Yeah, I can't remember when he first fought.
Pacquiao came in.
He won his first title at flyweight.
Flyweight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. He won his flyweight. He's an 8th division champ.
Yeah, he won his first. That's why I say he's
flyweight.
Yeah, yep. He won his first title in like '99 at flyweight. He man. He moved, and he went to featherweight, bantamweight, and featherweight and lightweight, and he finally settled in. But you got to remember, he started when he was 15 too. He turned pro when he was 15, so he still had some growing to do.
Well, I got news for you. We really don't know his age. I mean, they come over here. There were a couple of guys who came out. They were 5-6 years older.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm just saying. Yeah, he started when he was real young, when he was a kid, so he was still filling in. That's all. Yeah.
But he did fight some battles, and Mayweather never fought.
Super bantamweight, super featherweight, light welterweight, light middleweight, flyweight, featherweight, lightweight, welterweight. Those are all the divisions he won in.
So he came up a minimum of 30 pounds from when he started to fight Mayweather.
Yep. And that's why he really didn't and that's the thing that I'll piggyback on. That was the issue. Mayweather was saying that he wanted to test him for steroids, but he wouldn't take the steroid test, Pacquiao. And that's what was holding the fight up.
But the thing is, here, I'll tell you something else too. Pacquiao said, fine, I'll take you. After they were negotiating for a while, Pacquiao said, fine, I'll take the test. It's fine. because Pacquiao wanted to do VADA, which is what everybody else does. Floyd wanted this USADA shit, which it was different, but it was more expensive. And Pacquiao's like, I'm not fucking doing that, bro. But Pacquiao eventually said, okay, fine, I'll do it. Then Floyd started crying about his cut of the money, bro. He didn't want to fight Pacquiao when that fight first started getting talked about, bro.
No,
if he would agree to it, then Floyd would come up with another reason for the fight not to happen. Like
I tell you what.
Yeah.
Once they met at the Miami Heat game and they got alone in the hotel room that night.
That's when it got worked out.
The fight was signed. So
yeah.
they're saying Pacquiao dodged him, Mayweather dodged him. It's their promoters and managers that are dodging each other because
bingo.
That's their meal tickets.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Absolutely.
Once they got together alone, that fight was 6 months made. It was done.
It's true. It's true.
He met him by accident at a Miami Heat game. He walked over. Can we go talk after this? Pacquiao said, okay. All he had was a translator because he wanted to make sure he knew everything. After a few minutes, the translator left. They went to the Fontainebleau, if I'm not mistaken. You can look it up.
Yeah.
He was staying there, and the fight was made. They both agreed to fight on the terms they did. So I think it was more the managers and the promoters saying, uh-oh, what if one of you is to lose? You're going to go down, down, down. Because these guys are multi-millionaires off of fighters.
Yeah, they are.
Leonard Ellerbe, not a favorite of yours, but he's very influential with Floyd.
Oh yeah.
Not that I said he just makes sure he gets everything he wants for his fighter. So basically, you're draining out another fighter. Floyd could go into the gym right this second. He's 147. I knew he just trained a little bit. His weight never goes up or down. He was just like Bernard Hopkins. He walked around at his fighting weight.
Yeah. Yes.
So big difference of training and cutting weight. You guys.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Give me two. Just no. For some reason my Wi-Fi keeps kicking me out. So I'm gonna hang out and chat. Joe, you take over. You good?
Somebody's got some.
Does he even hear me?
Computer's
Joe?
about to die. Hold on a minute. Hold on.
What's Joe's having a problem too?
Yeah.
We're a mess, aren't we? Thank you guys for coming up here and hanging out.
Oh, somebody had an echo going over there. Whoever just jumped in had an echo.
I don't know.
Yeah. I might, but that's. I mean, I could sit here talking about the Floyd Pacquiao thing for 3 days with you, bro. Floyd was a great boxer, but like he was just a little bit of a sissy at times still, bro.
Oh, absolutely. He got all the guys at the end of their careers.
That's right.
But as a young kid, and he was way too young for that fight, was Canelo Alvarez. He was no way ready for that fight, Canelo.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. And Canelo, I'm not a big fan of Canelo's either because he's another little juice head that can't win a fair fight without getting the help without the judges' help. But yeah, he was green. He was green. He was wet behind the ears in that fight too. Absolutely. I took that Russian kid. Did you see the Russian kid beat him last year? Canelo?
Bivol.
Yes.
Bivol, yeah. Bivol, man. That guy's special, bro. He's really, really. He's just a great, great boxer, bro. He is so freaking fluid with his hand movement and his upper body. It's just the guy's just on another. Yeah, Bivol. The guy's just on another level. And I told everybody, I must have called like 5 or 6 people before because I was like a little, because I was going to because I had to do a few months in county last year, and I told everybody, I'm like, dude, bet on the Russian, bro. He's gonna beat him, dog.
Let me ask you a question, though. Did he just lose his last fight?
Canelo?
No, the Russian.
No, he fought another Mexican kid in November who was 44-0, and he beat the shit out of him too.
I missed the fight. I thought.
Oh yeah, dude, he's good. He's really good. Yeah, Bivol's a monster, and Bivol's a monster.
Not a guy. When
I'd like to see him fight. I want to see him fight better Biev.
That's the fight, dude. You know what's holding that one up too? You know what's holding that one up, Joey? The WBC, the sanctioning body, the WBC.
Yeah.
Suleiman, who's the Suleiman's. Well, first it was the dad back in the old days. Now it's the son. Yeah.
Yep.
They said, we're not letting Russians fight for our title because of what's going on across the world. I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid. That's like me saying, that's like me running the WBC and say, well, we're not going to let any Mexicans fight because of what's going on the border. That's stupid, bro.
Well, you know what you do if you really want to fight? You remember when Holmes fought somebody? I can't remember. He threw the belt in the can, and that's how the WBO started.
Oh, that was Riddick Bowe, you think?
No, go back to Riddick Bowe threw the 2 or 3 belts in the can. Larry threw the WBA and WBC belt in the garbage can, and he fought for the new one. The IBF sanctioned that fight. That was their first fight. Larry Holmes, and I can't remember who he fought. It might have been Michael Spinks.
Oh, yeah.
It might have been because
it might have been, yep.
Michael Spinks never had a heavyweight fight. How do you get ranked that quick?
That's right. I think you're see, that's a little bit before I was born even.
I remember Larry Holmes throwing the belts in there, and the black bald guy from Jersey, Larry Hazard,
yes,
was the one holding up
Larry
the IBF
Hazard,
belt.
Yeah. He does the scoring now, the unofficial scoring on Fox when they have fights on Fox.
Larry Hazard, he's the judge now, yeah.
And he was the head of boxing in Jersey for how many years?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I don't remember what
the
fight.
Suleimans, that whole WBC thing, man, they've been corrupt for a long, long time.
Oh, bro, dude. I mean, even and I respect Chavez Sr., but they pulled a lot of shit with him back in the day too, bro. A lot of shit.
Listen to this. You guys have. So anyway, I was listening to Teddy Atlas, and Teddy was saying that when a fight, like before the fight, the promoter takes the referees out to dinner. They all get together and have dinner or whatever, and I'm thinking to myself, is this true? Does the boxing promoter take the judges and the referee out to dinner? And he likened it to the Yankees, Steinbrenner taking out the umpires the night before the game.
That's not what happens. They get together at a meeting, everybody, and they all speak with the head of the athletic commission. No, if you get caught with a referee or a judge before the fight, that fight is getting canceled.
Yeah.
No way you can do that.
I'm telling you, man. And you got us into Teddy Atlas, the fight game. I'm going to find that episode, man. He said exactly what I just said. That the night before they take them all out to dinner.
How long ago did Teddy Atlas say that?
A year or two ago.
I wouldn't believe it.
A year or two ago.
I wouldn't believe anything Teddy says in the last 5 years.
Well,
nothing.
I don't know how we would lie about that.
Because, Joe,
I got to find it.
It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
I hope it doesn't happen. I didn't think that shit like that happened, but
I was in a friend of mine's locker room before he fought for the featherweight championship in Madison Square Garden. Arthur McCanty Jr. was the referee. My trainer and his trainer tried to speak to him for 2 seconds. He didn't want to hear shit. He came in, blah, 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 blah. That's it. Walked out, went over to the next. he was fighting Smoke Gainer that night. Went into his locker room in front of somebody from our camp. Same thing. Blah, 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 blah. That's it. And he had an athletic commissioner representative with him at both times. You're nowhere near a referee. You cannot go near a referee.
Yeah, that's
You
why
can't go near a referee.
when you
Before the fight.
Can the promoter be around the judges and the referee?
They're
The
not
promoter.
yeah,
legally.
the bodies are the one that promotes the judges if there's a title on the line too.
Legally, you can't go near the.
Yeah.
Now, if you have
He
somebody,
didn't say that the trainers. He didn't say the trainers. He said that the referees are picked by the promoter. The judges. If the judges score against Don King's fighter, those judges ain't coming back again.
I've heard that judges have been barred from promoters' fighters after a bad decision, but I don't. I know that. Look, forget about the promoter or the manager. I'm not going to answer on that because I don't know. The trainer, the fighter, anybody in that gym, this participant during that fight are not allowed near a referee or a judge.
Yeah.
He didn't say. If I said that, I was wrong. What he said was the promoter and the judges and the referee get together.
The referee is a tricky one because they're picked sometimes.
Richard Steele was the Don King man.
Oh, you have
come on.
Yeah, you have no idea how big of a Don King guy he was.
Oh, bro, dude.
That's what I'm saying. So it makes sense.
Joey, that's why I brought up Chavez Sr. earlier, bro, because I mean Chavez was a tough dude. I'm not saying he wasn't. He was a great fighter. He was a tough guy. But that Meldrick Taylor shit, that was freaking horrible, bro. That was, he absolutely beat the hell out of Chavez for 10 rounds. He started getting caught a little bit at the end. He got dropped and they waved it off with a second left. That's just, come on.
Tony brought it up the other day. He said Whitaker and De La Hoya. He thinks Whitaker beat De La Hoya. I think so too.
That was another iffy one too. Yeah. And
I think I was talking about
Frankie Randall and Chavez. Frankie Randall probably beat him twice.
That was another one too. Frankie Randall and Chavez, bro.
He definitely beat him twice.
He definitely beat him twice. And then
Richard Steele even stopped the Razor Ruddock fight the second there was a problem because they couldn't trust that Tyson would go with that left hook.
He was giving Tyson trouble in that fight, and as soon as he landed a punch, he jumped in, and that was it.
That's what I'm saying. The second something happened, he stopped that fight.
Yeah.
That guy didn't. I don't even know if he knocked him down when he stopped the fight. I think he knocked him back off the rope.
He didn't even drop him. No, he was still standing up. No,
so
Mildred Taylor against Chavez with Richard Steele.
Yeah, that was another Richard Steele one. Yeah, he was, dude.
Who was the referee that stopped the Tony? Who was the referee in the first Hearns Leonard fight? You were saying he was winning the whole. Basically, he was ahead on the score. Hearns. Who was the referee?
They had to stop the fight. I don't remember. I don't know.
I know. Who was the referee? I'm just curious.
Who was the referee for?
I wonder if it was.
No, you're going back to 80s, so I don't think it was Richard Steele.
That's 81. Richard Steele wasn't around in 81.
I don't think he had those types of fights at that time.
No, he wasn't. He might have just been getting started or something.
Why do I think it was a Spanish guy? But I have my girlfriend looking it up right now. Hearns Leonard won referee. Why do I think it was a Spanish guy? To me, I remember Tony Perez, but I could be completely wrong.
Davey Pearl.
Okay.
Davey Pearl. I just looked. Yeah.
Okay.
But there are a lot of fights where the referees.
If that was a 12-round fight, he wins. Hearns.
But if you go on the scorecards, not so much up to 12. he was ahead by. If you go to 12, I think it was even. If you go to 13, Hearns was ahead, and if you go to the round at the end of 13th, what they had, Hearns was ahead by a point. If you go to 12, I believe it was a draw.
Yeah.
Another one with bullshit. But here's a real good one. The trickery that was going on for Ali Frazier won, and I was very, very young. Do you know they had 8 referees in the locker room, and nobody knew who the referee was until after the national anthem?
I didn't know that. I did not
It
know
was
that.
Arthur Mercanti Jr., wasn't it?
Can you hear me? Arthur Mercanti got told, let's go. Senior.
Senior, you're right.
Yeah,
right.
senior. That's what I mean.
There were 8
Yep.
referees
Junior
in
is
the locker room dressed for that fight. Nobody knew who had the assignment. And I seen it in a documentary.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's some crazy shit
Well, I
that
hate
goes
to
on
cut
behind
it
the scenes.
short, but my computer and I don't have a charger for it. Someone stole my charger.
No worries. I got to bust out
Person
anyway. I got to
that's,
go. But, Joe, let's talk
So
later.
listen.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
We'll definitely talk later. And I'm going to get working on, I'll get in touch with Kane Shades and see if we're going to do this thing Saturday. That's a good idea.
Let's give it a shot, man. We got nothing to lose.
Thank you. Johnny,
All
you're always
guys.
welcome
I'll catch
to
up with
come
you both
on.
later.
We'll
All right,
communicate.
fellas.
I'll message you, bro. And you can hit me up on IG or whatever. I'll get your number and we'll talk. I mean, I think you.
Yeah,
I
I'll
just saw
DM
your
you on
channel.
that.
You look like you got a lot of good shit.
All right,
Yo,
fellas.
I'll
God
hit you up
bless.
later, guys.
God bless, fellas. Take care.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good one, man. And everybody
All right,
in the
bud.
chat, love you. See you soon, man. Thank BK, Steve, Co-Train, Mike Wall, Zio Lesso, Maddie, all you guys, man. Teresa, Carol, all the great women and great men of this chat. We love you. Have a good one. Thank you. And everyone who gave cash apps and sent super chats and everything, thank you, man. Peace. See you soon. Lori, my love, there you are. Yep. Have a good one.